네, 감사합니다. To be in charge of the room.
Yeah, I would much prefer that.
Dude, it looks really good. And then you get the butter. Oh my god. 건배 여러분. Ah, soju. It's been a while since I met you. These days we drive our car everywhere. But not today. No, no, no. We're here for the anju. And the scenery, of course, but mostly the anju. Today we are staying near Taejeongdae, Busan's beautiful natural park with many cliffs facing the bright blue sea. The park has two experiences that have been on our food bucket list for years. And with the car parked for the day, well, let's just say seafood and soju are on my schedule. First up are the haeneo divers selling fresh, raw fish under the Yeongdo Lighthouse. So today, Courtney and I went to Taejeongdae. This is my first time here. I heard that there are some haeneo divers that harvest some fresh seafood. So I'm hoping we can go down there and get some, I don't know, sora or sannakji or something. 아, 맛있겠다. Price here is a little higher than other places, but who can argue? The experience and location is what you're really paying for, as well as the thought of climbing back up all those stairs on an empty stomach. Guys, I'm telling you, like, this might be a very touristy thing to do, but there's nothing better than eating raw fish right next to the ocean. We are literally, the waves are just right next to us, and we're sitting on the rocks. All right, I'm gonna go for some nakji, tangtangi.
I feel it above the recommended line. I like these little cuts.
Yeah, I do too. 참기름. 건배. Cheers. 뚱. 소라. It's nice, it's fresh. I mean, you come down here and they're obviously charging a little bit more than you could probably get in the market, but you gotta understand, you know, they know you're coming down here. You're not gonna not order something, right? So we actually paid for two nakji du mari, 3만 won, 30 bucks. It's about 15 for one san nakji. Yeah, it's not like a value play place, but it's like you're paying for the experience, the location. And these haeneo, man, they know you're not gonna not pay. Wow, soda.
That could be so.
The soda with the onion, really good. I tell you what, though, this is pretty amazing. It's simple. It's just simple, but it's good. Cheers. The thing is, I feel like Korean people, this is like normal or expected for Busan people, or like people who live on the coast. This isn't like that special. But as an outsider, it's like, there almost nowhere else in the world can you do this. Pretty fresh. I love it when it like sucks onto your mouth. You can see all the way to Hyundai.
The lighthouse there?
Yeah.
They have a big field of daffodils. And then yeah, Hyundai. There. This will be Guangali in here. And then the little island back here. And you got the lighthouse up here. Very good scenery.
Sannakji by the sea. Nice. Freaking love soju and raw fish. Cheers.
We're only about halfway around the island.
I know, we got a long way to go yet.
Yeah. And we gotta climb back up.
Yeah, it's not easy getting down here. Man, I don't know why this chojang is hitting me well today. Usually I prefer chamgiram or soy, but this chojang is good. Cheers. This table beside us left and a crow just came and took their food. Oh, there it comes. Yogyo! There's a 과메기 음식. 저희 음식 finish? Okay, 괜찮아요. He's like, we're done. The birds can take it. I don't know the word for crow, so I was like, 과메기.
I forget the word for
Not 과메기 though, it should have been 갈메기. My Korean and skills in the moment.
Yeah.
과메기, 갈메기. Guys, we gotta climb all the way.
Like, yeah.
We gotta climb all the way up here. It's gonna be fun. Love soju and fresh seafood by the ocean. Delicious. Now, I've been hearing about these Taejeongdae Chogae-Gui tents for years now. They are no secret. Locals and tourists alike have been coming here for ages. Even so, it was our first time here, but I can tell you it definitely won't be our last. As you walk through the tents, smiling Ajuma hawkers call to you. They see a foreigner, so of course they use any English they can. Hello, fish, fish! Tanks of shellfish bubble and the sound of the waves hit the breakwater only a few meters away. This place is truly magical. We picked a tent that had a few decent reviews online and sat down for the Chogae-Gui set.
Oh,
For you.
sorry.
No, you're perfect. That's perfect.
Full.
건배 여러분. That's nice. 네, 감사합니다. Move it over to me. You want me to be in charge of brewing?
Yeah, I would much prefer that.
Alright, so we are at Taejeongdae Chogae-Gui Mayu, and we went into a stall called I Heart Pagal Madang, I think is what it's called. And right now we got a plate of shrimp boiling in butter and a huge plate of choge. Every piece has onions, peppers, and butter. This is gonna be awesome. Maybe we should add like one choge at a time. Guys, I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. Because there's a bowl of like cheese, there's a bowl of butter and hot dogs. What's awesome about this is there's butter, onions, peppers, like it looks amazing. Cheers. All right, and they give you some cheese. We're gonna add a little cheese in here. I feel like a chef. I'm gonna try one of these shrimp, which I'm really excited. The shrimp came out with a buttload of butter. Like, are they good?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like butter.
Oh,
Shrimp.
buttered shrimp. Yummy. These mussels look really fresh and really good. Dude, those mussels are really good. Like usually when you get mussels at restaurants, especially as like a service thing, I always find that they're like really like old and not fresh and like it's kind of a side thing.
Like
These are like
to put on the table as like luncheon, but
these are like big and plump. I don't know why I just thought it was so cute. They bring a little fried potato with smiley face ketchup. Guys, we're really struggling here. We're really Wegukins here. We do not know how to eat Chogae-Gui. Last time we like put it in a dish and then cut it up. But I think here we want to eat it straight. Maybe we just let's just take our chopsticks and eat.
yeah, let's just eat it.
Dude, these are scallops, man. These are not cheap. And they're big scallops. Oh my god. I love it. It's the butter and the onion. And the carrot and the pepper.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Vegetables and them. It's cheesy too.
This is amazing. Guys, this might be one of my favorite. Like,
It's good.
last time we had Chogae-Gui, it was decent, but it's not something like I want all the time. However, this place is changing my mind hardcore. Like, oh my god. Oniony, peppery, buttery, and cheesy. Wow, it smells really good. Alright, so guys, we have a pan of what? I think it's onion. I think this is all onion mixed with sauce. Yangyam sauce. And Courtney thinks that we're supposed to put it on the side and then put the choge in there. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea. 잠시만요. 혹시 이거 영어 잘해요. 감사합니다. Okay, put it on the fire like this. And then we add the Okay.
You have to mix it.
아,
And
진짜
you have to put a soup up there.
So the choge soup?
Yes, put up there and then you have to.
Okay,
this
wait.
one, this one.
This one
Yes, the first soup of it.
in here?
Yes, and you have to mix it.
Okay. Sorry, 처음 봤어요. This is my first time. 감사합니다. 너무 진짜 감사합니다. This is my first time having this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ah, this goes in here? Like this? Ah, 알아요. 감사합니다, 사장님. We're getting some help, guys. We're getting some help. 감사합니다, 사장님. This is my first time, so.
You have to eat right now.
Okay, it's finished. It's ready. Okay.
It's already stick.
Okay, got you. I should do an instructional video, guys. If you're a foreigner, this is not easy. It's like kind of like a hard thing. You gotta. This one's ready to eat, though. You should eat this one, Cora. Cheers. We're back on track. We're figuring out how to eat choge-gui in Busan. I do have to say, whatever this stuff is, it looks like it's gonna be heavenly. Oh my god, with the onion, it's so good. I'm making somek tonight. Ah, guys, Busan Chogae-Gui, I'm a believer. It's so good with the cheese and the onions. Oh, look at this. Oh my god. Dude, it's so good. I'm so shocked. The onions and yeah, I don't know. This is a little hard. I'm a little stressed. There's so much cooking.
Why?
So much cooking. I'm gonna eat this one. Okay. This one's huge.
You're missing all those toppings.
I'll get it in. Honestly, the meat gets flavored by it. My strategy when I do new food in Korea, I watch other tables, but everybody else here is at the end of their meal. I don't know what they did to this. I know you guys are gonna murder me in the comments like about me. Please help me. Please help me. I don't know how to do this.
Research.
Help me figure out how to do this. Next time I will do better. I promise. This is what I've noticed about all Korean food. Like, there's this term mishika in Korea. So mishika means like foodie in English, but people take it seriously. Like mishika is a big word. It's not a simple word like foodie is. And I think the reason is because Korean food itself is, it takes skill to eat correctly. Would you agree? You have to know how to cook. You know, like right now I have a big bowl of buttery barbecue mushrooms and sausages and tteokbokki, but I'm not sure if I know exactly what I'm doing with it. Well, she put some mussels in there, so we're gonna try it. It's just like a giant bowl of delicious butter sauce. This is one of the best meals I've had in Busan. I don't even think I'm eating it right the whole time. Cheers. I feel sophisticated. I feel sophisticated drinking this. Oh, you can do beer if you want. Do you want soju or you want beer? Cheers. Courtney, this is the best scallop. These are the best scallops I've ever had in Korea, for sure. Maybe I've ever had it, period. Wow, guys. Korea, man. This is good. This is good. This has changed my mind
I
about...
thought it might be like kind of a gimmick. And maybe it is a gimmick.
No.
But I like
They've been around long enough. 사장님, 라면 추가 하나 그리고 볶음밥 하나 주세요. It is beautiful.
I'm beautiful. Mess.
Oh, so delicious. Oh, I'm so impressed by this place. There, put it in your mouth. Maybe I won't put it in the video, but just tell us how good it is. Wow. Cheesy, delicious.
I just like it. Butter makes everything better.
아, 감사합니다. 아, 진짜 맛있어요. 너무 맛있어요. 조개구이 처음 봤어요. 예, 너무 맛있어요. Wow, you got ramen, 해물 ramen, and there's nakji in there. What? This is only 5,000won. How much nakji is in here? This is at least half of a nakji.
I think it's half.
Alright guys, I'm mad because I got ramen here. We paid $30 for 2 san nakji. This is 5,000won. 5,000won. And there's nakji in here. Plus lots and lots of different shellfish. 와, 낙지 있어요. 와, 너무 싸. 예, 너무 싸. Amazing. 좋아요. Guys, only 5,000won. This is crazy. Can you imagine bokkeumbap in this like buttery, oniony sauce? Cheers. Ramen. Get some ramen. Wow. So haemu ramen, but this is like really haemu ramen. This is like a lot of seafood. I can't believe this is only 5,000won. 네, 여러분. This is great. 아, 감사합니다. 오, that was good. 혹시 알 만들었어요? 진짜? 와우, 2,000원. 너무 싸요. Alright, so guys, we got bokkeumbap and they add fish eggs. They add al to it. So we ordered bokkeumbap. She took it back. She added fish eggs. This is gonna be awesome. This is good. We're gonna sleep so good tonight. I'm so tired. We walked all around Taejeongdae today. Super sleepy. I'm super sleepy. Charlie's sleeping hard. I'm gonna eat the crab. I wanna make sure I eat the crab in here. And the shrimp in here too. Oh man, it's good. This is a mind-blowing meal to me because changing my perspective on what I thought Korean food was. Busan